Hey, welcome back, everybody. Today is Wednesday, and today we continue our daily Psalms for Hope with Psalm 136. So again, this is a long one, so we're just going to do the first 7 verses and the last 4, and I'll leave it up to you to fill in between, because it's a good psalm to read in full. So here, let's get out your Bibles and let's look at Psalm 136. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of gods, for his steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the Lord of lords, for his steadfast love endures forever. To him who alone does great wonders, for his steadfast love endures forever. To him who by understanding made the heavens, for his steadfast love endures forever. To him who spread out the earth above the waters, for his steadfast love endures forever. To him who made the great lights, for his steadfast love endures forever. And then he goes on to list some other things that God created and things that he did for the people of Israel in Egypt. And then in verse 23 he says, "It is he who remembered us in our low estate, for his steadfast love endures forever, and rescued us from our foes, for his steadfast love endures forever. He who gives food to all flesh, for his steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of heaven, for his steadfast love endures forever." So obviously there are 26 verses in this, and 26 times the psalmist says, for his steadfast love endures forever. His steadfast love is his grace, is his mercy. But the concept behind steadfast love enduring forever is that this goodness and this grace and this mercy is in action. So 26 times the psalmist refers to God being in action. And we see that in the first 7 verses where he's praising God for being God, but then praising God for creating. And then he turns, at the back end of this, he turns to, it is he who remembered us in our low estate. So this God who created, this God whose steadfast love endures forever, who created and rescued and brought out his people, is the same God whose steadfast love endures forever, who remembers us in our low estate, who remembers us in our times of need, who rescues us when we need it, because his steadfast love endures forever. His steadfast love endures forever. This is a God who is constantly in action, and his grace and his mercy and his love are a constant throughout our lives. It is he who remembered me in my low estate, because his steadfast love endures forever. It is he who rescues me when I need him the most, because his steadfast love endures forever. And we know that this isn't just about God. This is about Jesus, his son, whose steadfast love endured the cross. And as we're kind of heading into the Lenten season, today is the first day of the Lenten season, where we celebrate Ash Wednesday. We mark ourselves with the cross, with ashes, and we say, remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. And we say that because his steadfast love endured a cross and endures forever. And so when you're feeling, in those moments of life where you're kind of wondering what's going on, and you're perplexed and confused about the events that are happening to you, remember that his steadfast love endures forever. He will not leave you alone. He will not forsake you, because this steadfast love is a goodness, it is a grace, it is a mercy that is in constant and forever action for you and for me. And so on this Ash Wednesday, that's a good reminder that his steadfast love endures forever. May God's blessings be upon you and be a blessing whenever and wherever you can. Till the next time.